Hello students, now let me discuss the steps for installation of costing system. It means that if your organization wants to install the costing system in your business organization, what are the various steps that are going to be considered? So these are the 5 important steps which are going to be kept in mind so as to install any kind of costing system within the business organization. So what is the first step? First is that nature of organization. Before we are going to implement and install the costing system, first we have to determine the type of industry, the nature of organization, where actually it is going to be adopted and implemented. It literally means that if it is going to be implemented in any type of organization, in any nature of organization, the main intention is that it has to minimize the cost. The cost must be properly been regulated and monitored, and it gives the way for ascertainment of cost also. In that business organization, we are going to adopt and implement the costing system. That is the first important step. And second thing is that cooperation and support of personnel. So this is utmost important. Why? Because in every business organization, the personnel are very important. They are the one who are practically adopt and use the costing system. It means that once the costing system is going to be implemented in favor of the personnel should increase their productivity. It helps them so as to enhance their efficiency. The personnel should reach out the superior performance. Keeping in mind all these kinds of the intentions, it must be implemented towards the personnel. And third thing is that simplicity. Simplicity in the sense, the costing system to be adopted must be simple, clear, as well as easily understand. And the people who want to use it should not face any kind of the difficulty, should not come across with any kind of the hurdles so as to use it. To that extent, the proper care must be taken. And fourth thing is that maintenance of records. The costing system help us so as to maintain preparation of different accounts, different costing records and various registers, so that if a management wants to use the costing information for the sake of future reference, it has to give the clear picture about the costing information. To that extent, it should help to maintain the various records of the business organization. And last thing is that standardization. The cost accounting system must be well standardized. It means that it should have the proper standard format, and it use a way for use of the printed forms. It helps us to maintain a kind of a uniformity with respect to the implementation, and some sort of different practices and techniques can be adopted as well as the implemented. To that extent, it must be gives the way for standardization. By adopting and implementing all these steps, we are going to install the costing system in our business organization. But practically, if you think, the business organization will come across this kind of difficulties. First thing is that no support from the top management. Actually, the costing information is very much important as well as beneficial to the top management. But the thing is that top management are not been taking that much of a keen interest so as to adopt and implement this kind of a costing system in their business organization, because they have been interested with some challenges. They are already facing some of a risk of a business organization. That is why they won't allocate their time so as to use this kind of a costing system in their business organization. That is why there is no support from the team of board of directors. And second thing is that opposition from the existing accounting staff. Actually, the accounting staff itself, they are truly been opposite to the costing system, because already they are using the financial accounting as an effective tool, and if you tell them to implement and install the costing system, it is a double work for them, and it is a truly a burden of work on them. That is why they are not being interested. And third thing is that non-cooperation from the workers and the supervisory staff. Why? Because the worker has to learn this costing system, and they have to become familiar how to use this kind of a costing system. But there are different techniques which they may face a difficulty so as to adopt and implement. That is why they cannot give their trust towards the costing system. And last thing is that shortage of trained staff. Actually, the proper training is not being given, and if it is given, it will be a cost burden on the management itself, on the business organization itself. That is why, so as to effectively adopt and implement the costing system, no proper training is going to be given to the any kind of the staff. No one knows what actually the costing system is. To that extent, they are unaware of the use of the costing system. So these are the some of the practical difficulties actually they are going to face. So please go through the discussion. Thank you.